Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here. Now our first story today comes from the well-known artist Logic. I'm sure many of us have heard his music before. Logic recently retired from rap, okay? This happened a few days ago. He announced his retirement. It was a huge deal. And then yesterday, Logic announced here that he has signed an exclusive deal with Twitch to stream there full time. Slasher tweeted out here saying Logic retired from rap and has signed a multi-million-dollar deal to stream exclusively on Twitch. Streaming continues to go mainstream. So this article comes out from The Verge here. It says Logic signed exclusively to Twitch, where he'll stream weekly, some set numbers of hours a week, which he assures he'll most easily exceed. I'm not this rapper guy, man, he says. I'm just a nerd. I love video games. I'm blessed enough to have millions of fans and followers, so it is a great partnership, he says. I'm going to bring new eyes to their service, and they're going to bring me new money into my bank account, and I'm just kidding. But he's not, because his deal is worth 7 figures. Logic then says here, this is the place where if you want to interact with me, you're going to do it here. He's adamant that Twitch is going to be the place for him and his fans to relax. I'm not going to be on Twitch having political debates. I'm going to be on Twitch helping people after they've had a day of protesting or political debates to unwind and laugh and smile. And if you want to know how I feel about the world, you listen to my music. So keep in mind that Logic is the first ever musician to sign a huge exclusive deal with Twitch here. And Slash tweeted out here saying another big win for the continued crossover between gaming, streaming, and the music industry. I mean, this is huge. Logic is now going to be a full-time streamer instead of a rapper here, which just is totally mind-blowing. Now, it looks like Logic has always wanted to get in on the scene here because actually Nadeshot, the founder of Hundred Thieves, went on his stream yesterday and to thousands of his viewers, and Nadeshot says here that Logic actually wanted to be one of the owners of Hundred Thieves. Just watch this.
Logic invited me out to his studio, and I think he was recording there with Juicy J, and it was just the most random day of my life, I would say, while living in LA. So Logic invites me to his studio, and he's recording for his album. This was years and years and years ago. And he was recording a verse, and he wanted to take a break, and he took me down to like the garden of this swanky studio in Malibu. And he basically said to me, he's like, look, I want to be a part of Hundred Thieves. Like, I want to do this with you. And he just reiterated to me that he's got to feel a part of it, though. You know, what he's bringing to the table is substantial and significant, and he's got to be taken care of, you know, with equity and ownership and all of these things. The problem was I just wasn't business savvy enough to really understand how to handle this with him, right? Like, obviously, I was a huge fan of Logic, still am, and if somebody like that wants to go into business with you, it's undoubtedly yes, right? But there just was never action taken from it because I didn't know the first damn thing about starting a business. You know, what would that have turned into? Obviously, I'm grateful now. We have amazing partners. We have Dan Gilbert. We have Scooter Braun. We have Artist Capital. We have Drake. And it's been a wild ride of building this company. But I'm just always curious, like, what it would have been, or what that relationship with Logic would have looked like.
Now our next story of today comes from Jake Paul. So if you guys don't know, last week Jake Paul threw a huge house party, okay? And this was in Calabasas, California, and the crazy part about this is that almost no one was wearing face masks, okay? And there were in huge crowds of people, and many YouTubers criticized Jake Paul here because they felt like he was endangering the people at the party, and they felt like this was just a completely reckless house party to throw. And even the mayor of Calabasas came out, and she was outraged over Jake Paul throwing this party here. Well, because of Jake Paul's house party here, the city of Calabasas came out today and they have decided to issue tighter COVID-19 guidelines. So the mayor said here the warning period is over and no one should be having large parties in the city of Calabasas. She then said the city is considering taking legal action against Jake Paul for the event. Meanwhile, the Calabasas City Council has unanimously approved zero tolerance policies for large gatherings. People who don't follow guidelines could also get a visit from the sheriff's deputies and face a fine. The Calabasas city leaders are asking for anyone who hears of a house party or other large gatherings to call the city code enforcement hotline and the sheriff. We're working with the Lost Hills Sheriff Station to ensure that when they receive calls that they got out and break up the gatherings, the mayor said. Our numbers keep rising and we really want to do something to respond to the crisis. Also effective on Monday, anyone who was seen without a face mask covering in Calabasas when they were inside a business or anywhere that can't stay 6 feet away from others could also be fined $100. Now our next story of today comes from Pokimane. So Pokimane tweeted this out on her second account account yesterday. She says, in this industry, a girl fucks up, what a fake bitch, such a worthless piece of shit, also go die in a hole. When a guy fucks up, oh my god, King, don't worry, everyone makes mistakes. We all know you have a good heart and we will be here for you forever. She then said here, it sucks because I can understand why. Guys have an easier time relating to guys and girls to girls, so if a community is male dominated, there's bound to be bias. But I hope in this day and age, we can learn to be both fair and empathetic with others regardless of this. Okay, so this tweet started a huge debate between creators over if this is true or not. The streamer Trainwrecks responded back saying, this is not the way male to male interactions work. Males usually rip each other apart, whereas females support each other publicly. Us males are stupid, we eat at each other. I feel like the last 2 years it's been the opposite of this post, but maybe we have different timelines, I don't know. Dave responded here saying, this statement is so blanket, it made me want to go back to bed. Nothing is ever 100% one way and 0% the other. Hard for us to perceive that when we are in our own bubbles though, which unfortunately we are all guilty of at some extent, whether intended or not. Pokimane responded here saying, it's obviously a generalization of what usually happens in majority male industries. Not trying to be like F all men, I'm just stating what I've generally observed being in this scene for 7 years. So you then had viewers here that were disagreeing with Pokimane, saying that Twitch themselves have a bias against men here, and Keemstar tweeted this out. He says, this is absolutely not true. This woman is always painting gaming entertainment in a bad light, and keep in mind that she's basically a reply girl. So it looks like Keemstar was going after Pokimane here, but then Ideb's girlfriend Anita responded here saying, I'm so sorry about some of these comments, I know it's infuriating, you made a very true statement and it's probably just kids who reply like that. Now our next story of today comes from the massive YouTuber PrettyboyFredo. So Fredo recently has been in a lot of controversy because if you don't know, a week ago he had a fan meetup in the middle of New York City and he had just had COVID only a month before. So a lot of people felt like he was endangering his fans here, especially because he wasn't wearing a mask for a lot of this fan meetup and there was a huge crowd, and honestly seemed like a very dangerous situation that he put a lot of his fans in during this meetup. Well, Fredo himself has come out and apologized for this, but many YouTubers made videos criticizing him while this happened. One of these YouTubers is known as Agent, okay? Now Agent's another very well-known YouTuber. He made a video criticizing Fredo here, and Fredo responded to Agent today with a video called Agent 00 is canceled, exposing the truth from this fraud. And in this video, Fredo goes so far as to say that Agent got his fans to send his daughter death threats. Just watch this.
You're opportunists. That's what opportunists do. They wait until they have an opportunity to kick you while you're down, and they never want to praise you while you're up. I guarantee you this never said anything positive about me ever in his entire life. You fanned out, you capped out, and you glizzied out. You got this down your throat. And I'm gonna tell you guys the worst part about it all. This kid had his fans spamming me on Twitter death threats to my daughter, to my child, an innocent being. How disgusting and a pig you are. You do not deserve a channel. You are canceled. And as a father, it's on sight, bro. You are a scum, you are a pig, and you are a clown, and you will be canceled.
So this video got a lot of mixed feedback. There was fans that were supporting him, but a lot of fans that were saying this was just reaching and this was totally wrong for him to call out Agent for this. Now the YouTuber Hank the Tank tweeted out here saying Agent never even said a single thing about Fredo's daughter. Fredo is literally blind and reaching so hard. He saw this comment from a random person and put it in his video, and then tried to say that Agent wished death upon his daughter. I've seen it all. Los Polos tweet out here saying PrettyboyFredo is the biggest weirdo I've ever seen on the internet. Dude is a loser who's been manipulating little kids for years. Guy is a straight psychopath. Steezo tweet out here saying y'all know damn well Agent ain't send nobody to make death threats to Fredo's daughter. Fredo is just a manipulator who likes playing victim, and his fan base is going to eat that shit up. Taisino responded here saying Fredo was a huge reason I got motivated to start making 2K content, and I'm thankful for that, but man, he has shown a whole different side of him ever since those times. Seems like the guy can't take criticism at all. He even managed to hate on LD2K in that video. Like, what? So right now, Fredo is getting a ton of backlash, and he has since privated his Twitter account. Now, Agent has yet to respond to this, but we will keep you guys updated on if he does end up responding on YouTube or Twitter. Now, our next story of today comes from the massive Twitch streamer known as Sodapoppin. So Sodapoppin is actually one of the biggest Twitch streamers on the platform, and he was banned yesterday on Twitch. And he tweeted out here saying, haha, I know why I was banned and you don't. So people kept asking, why was he banned? No one even knew why. So people started to investigate this, and people looked at Sodapoppin's last stream, and they found out that he was playing with another streamer known as Rafflegator. Now, this guy was playing VR chat with Soda at the time, and they were doing some spicy things in VR chat here. Now, it was just a video game, obviously, but Twitch's guidelines are extremely strict. And Sodapoppin went on to post an apology video here to his YouTube channel. This video has almost 1 million views in less than a day. Just watch this.
A few nights ago, my good friend and I, Rob, got desperate for some female attention during our 5th month of lockdown. I haven't seen, touched, or talked to a girl in over 2 years. This is when we decided to enter the world of anime titties VR chat. We hit up some chill rooms here and there, but there was only ugly fat boys pretending to be girls hanging around, which was cringe. We knew we had to get more advanced. We waited until it was 3 a.m. That's when the real bitches get down. We entered this crazy world called the Golden Corral. Sex dungeon. And before we knew it, I was sitting in the sex dungeon with Rob. With all of this being said, this was too much sexual content going on all at once. I completely understand Twitch's decision for dealing out their punishment. If you want this sweater back, you can have it. Never mind. No, you cannot.
Now our next story of today comes from Twitch. So it looks like a random teenager decided to spend $20,000 of his parents' money on Twitch donations without her knowing. It says here in the article that a teenage Fortnite fan allegedly spent almost $20,000 in Twitch donations, bits, and subscriptions last month without his parents' knowledge. So it says here that the mother said that the child charged $19,870.94 to a debit card between June 14th and 30th. After several failed attempts to get the money back, she turned to Reddit for advice. So the mother actually went to Reddit to get advice here because she didn't know what to do. She couldn't get her money back. She says, my minor child spent almost $20,000 using a debit card on subscriptions and donations, cleaning out my bank accounts without my knowledge or permission. Years of savings gone in 17 days. No response to certified mail to CEO or Amazon Illegal. Does anybody know if I can get this money back or how to get a response? So pretty much everyone on Reddit was telling her to contact her bank because they felt like her bank might be able to help her here. And she said here that she contacted her bank as soon as I found out they froze all of our accounts and his debit card was canceled. She said, unless I press charges against my son, they will not help as this is considered friendly fraud. It says here that the mother said she struggled to get through to Twitch and Amazon. She claims Twitch hasn't responded in over 2 weeks and Amazon has told her to contact Twitch directly. She has resorted to sending registered mail to the Twitch CEO Emmett Shear and Amazon's legal team, but claims she hasn't heard back yet. So who exactly was this kid donating to in the first place? Well, she said here that these donations went out to popular Twitch streamers like Tfue, Gorb, and Ewok, as well as Atlanta Falcons quarterback Kirk Bankirk and Miami Heat's Myers Leonard. She said here that she reached out to the 5 streamers about getting her money back. So far, only Bankirk and Leonard have responded, according to the parent. Ultimately, she says she bears the responsibility for the situation. I work too many hours and I have not paid close enough attention to what he is doing online. She said his internet knowledge has absolutely surpassed mine. My focus now, though, is to try to figure out why he did it so I can make sure this is the one giant mistake he makes in his life. Wow, so this is a really sad situation here. Now, hopefully some of these other streamers that this kid donated to are able to get her message and they're able to refund the money that this kid donated, because I mean, this just sounds so sad for the mother here. I mean, $20,000 of your savings, imagine if that was just gone like that. Now our next story here comes from the Twitch streamer Sweet Anita. So we've been talking about this story a lot over the past week, but if you don't know, the streamer Anita actually recently went on her stream talking about a stalker of hers and how this guy has literally gone to her neighborhood before. He's tried to find her and meet up with her before. She's even gotten a restraining order against him and he has sent her legitimate death threats, and it's very scary because apparently the police are not helping her with this almost at all here. So she tweeted out here saying, people keep asking why I don't have a gun. I have sporadic severe motor tics. I can't be trusted with a hot cup of coffee, let alone a gun. Guns are not an easy thing to get in the UK. People have them, but it's rarer. If my stalker could get a gun easily, I would already be dead. People ask why I can't move. Finding a place to rent is hard when you have animals. Few places will take me. I care for my mom and I need to live near her. My town is small enough that he'd be able to spot me and follow me home while shopping. Moving takes months, doxing seconds. People ask why I won't get a dog. My answer is that I feel like we are responsible for our pet's safety. If you buy a pet to put them between you and danger, you shouldn't have one. I'm responsible for my safety and anyone dependent on me, including my pets. People ask why I don't get a restraining order. He started stalking, chasing, assaulting because he doesn't respect the law. Why would a piece of paper stop him? He has already been charged with stalking but wasn't put away. I wonder whether he'll kill me before anyone takes this seriously. Will it even make a difference? Will anything change? Should it be an expectation for us to lay our lives on the line just to entertain you? How many entertainers will lose their lives before it's taken seriously? She then went on to post even more death threats here that he's been sending her over Twitch. Anita also posted this morning saying, I'm trying to message Twitch about my stalker to see if they can provide the police with key information, but they have stopped replying to me. I desperately need help. I can't keep living like this. So this completely blew up this morning because people are upset that Twitch was not helping her here. You had so many creators coming out trying to support Anita with this, trying to get her in contact with people at Twitch or other people higher up that could help her here. And she tweeted out saying, "Thanks everybody." They have replied now, thankfully. Here's hoping something can be done. Now our next story today comes from the massive Twitch streamer known as Hashinshin. So if you guys play League of Legends, you might have watched his streams before. This guy is a very big streamer on Twitch. Now in our last video, we talked about how Hashinshin was in a lot of controversy because there's people coming out saying that Hashinshin had sent them creepy messages when they were underage. Now this situation was very serious because you have people coming out actually showing proof here, showing real DM conversations that they had with Hashinshin, and Hashinshin even had to apologize for this. Now he also came out on his YouTube channel and tried to refute some of these claims, saying that some of them are just completely fake. So it looks like the League of Legends community has turned on Hashinshin over the last few days. Actually, Mo or Yasuo tweeted this out last night. He said, "So Hashinshin was exposed for being a pedophile, claimed it was all fake, harassed the victims, declared innocence, irrefutable proof came out. He put out a half-assed apology. Since then, he's deleted the apology and kept his tweet claiming his innocence pinned. What am I missing? Oh yeah, he also harassed the actual victims, had his fans harass them, threatened legal action because all the proof was fake when it was not. Super top, by the way. This man does not deserve a platform, nor does he deserve to ever stream again." Voyboy responded here saying, "Hashinshin is a manipulator, predator, and worst of all, who's used his platform to abuse so many underage girls over the years. There's multiple sources of undeniable proof, and he admitted it himself. He is scum and deserves nothing. Keep these monsters away from our kids." So almost the entire League community was upset with Hashinshin yesterday, and he responded here saying, "What the fuck ever? You all just want me to burn at the stake, so there's no point typing out a longer response. There, sorry, I'm sorry, but I didn't do nearly as bad shit as you guys said I did." Now many people have been asking Hashinshin what he's going to do now because obviously his reputation has been completely tarnished over this whole situation, and he said here, "I'm keeping this short and sweet, I hope. What I want everyone to understand is all this stuff happened over 2 years ago. I've already realized how wrong this was, and I already changed my behaviors. I've also since last week been to therapists and tried to proactively get myself help for my own mannerisms and behaviors that even cause this sort of thing." So Hashinshin goes on to talk about how he's now on medication, that he's now going to a therapist. He then says here, "I will attempt to do some non-league related streams, heavily moderated. Streaming is my passion, and it has been my passion for a while. I realize that many in my community support me, and many realize that I have changed as a person. And I want to reiterate this. Most of you have not known me when I did all of this stuff and will never know that bad person I was." Now our next story of today comes from the well-known YouTuber Dr. Destiny. So Dr. Destiny tweeted this out at YouTube today. He says, "Hey YouTube, a video of mine was just falsely taken down for harmful or dangerous content when throughout the entire video I was educating people about the challenge, the dangers of it, and advising against the participation of it. Please look into this, thank you." And he shows here that one of the most viewed videos on his channel where he talks about a disturbing TikTok challenge got taken down from YouTube, and he now has a community guideline strike because of this. He tweeted out here saying, "They claim my video encourages others to participate. No, false. My entire video actually advises against doing any of these challenges. This is without a shadow of a doubt a 100% false takedown. And if YouTube isn't as corrupt as I think they are, they will put this one back up." He then posted a video to his second channel saying that he needs help trying to get people to tweet this at YouTube. Dr. Destiny then tweeted out here saying, "I was never really a social media guy before this YouTube stuff, but if this all goes to shit and I'm terminated from the platform, I think I'm just going to go away for a long time." Now there was some good news from the story here. He tweeted out here saying, "So YouTube reverted the strike and restored the video all within the matter of hours. This community is strong, real strong. Once again, thank you." Now our final story today isn't really a story. I just thought this was funny, but this comes out from Tfue. So Tfue posted this out yesterday. He said here, 100,000 retweets and I'll stream in this. This tweet has over 26,000 retweets in less than a day. And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. And thank you so much for all the birthday wishes you guys sent me today. And I'll see you later. Peace.